we're going to move on and look at Chapter 3, Section 7. You're going to notice we're working on solving for various variables, order of operations, add and subtract integers, but we're also going to add the distributive property today. So let's take a look at the first problem. We're going to write the original problem first. And what's going to cause us some problems today is we need to distribute, but you're going to notice that when we distribute, I've got a negative number there. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of a trick or a little bit of a hint to help you when you deal with problems like this. We're going to go ahead and we are going to chop-chi this. We're going to make it an addition problem, and we're going to move that negative. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute. So negative 2 times 3m is negative 6m. The plus sign right here is just going to drop down, and negative 2 times 1 is going to give me negative 2. Now what I'm going to do is just add everything around it, and I did the distributive property with a negative number. And again, it's really important that if you change that to an addition problem, it makes it a lot easier. Now what we're going to do is we're going to combine like terms. You'll notice I have a negative m and a negative 6m. That gives me a negative 7m. I'm going to take care of my m's first. So I'm going to choose to add m. It's not the only thing to do. It's just what I'm choosing to do at this time. Negative 6m plus negative 2 equals negative 8. I'm going to add my 2. I end up with negative 6m equaling negative 6. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. And I end up with m equaling 1 and negative m equaling negative 1. Now we're going to go ahead and take care of that check. I'm going to write the original problem. I'm going to take out the negative m, and I'm going to put in negative 1. Now I'm going to work inside the parenthesis because we're doing order of operations. And I'm going to go 3 times 1, which is 3. I'm still going to work inside that parenthesis, and I'm going to add order of operations tells me I need to multiply. And now we're going to add each side. So negative 9 equals negative 9. And it's a check. All right, let's go on to the next problem. And we're going to go ahead and write down the original again. And you're going to notice on this problem, it becomes tricky because there is something out front of this absolute value. Or I'm sorry, not the absolute value, but the parentheses, and that's a negative. So what we do on problems like this is we are going to put a 1 in front of this because it's one package, and I'm going to do a chop chi. So what that means is I'm going to take -1 times 3w and get -3w. This plus sign comes down. I'm going to do -1 times 5 and get -5. And then I'm going to go ahead and write down what was around it. So what becomes an issue really is the negative in front of the parenthesis. And so to put a 1 and then a plus negative, it really works a lot better. Now what we're going to do is we're going to combine like terms. So when I combine those like terms, I get -5w plus -5 equals 2w plus 16. I'm going to subtract 2w from each side. I get -7w plus -5 equals 16. I'm going to add my 5. I'm going to divide by -7. And we have w equaling -3 and -w equaling 3. Let's go ahead and work on this check. Original problem. We're going to take out the w, and we're going to put in -3. I'm going to work inside the parenthesis again. So you're going to notice that there's stuff going on in here. I'm going to go ahead and multiply here. I get -9. And again, just do one thing at a time. Keep bringing it down. Use our order of operations. I still have a parenthesis. I still have things going on inside of it. So I get -4 Now I don't have anything going on in the parenthesis anymore, and I'm going to multiply here. So I get 6 and I get a -6 on the other side. I end up with a chop here, so I get 10. On this side, I get 10, and that is our check. If you have any questions, let me know.